Hello everyone, it is August 6th, just after 11 a.m. here in Denver, Colorado, August 6, 2015. So I made another video before this one and I didn't include all of these other issues. I'm calling them errors because that's basically what they are. So if you're not familiar, and I'm going to include a link in the comments of the other video and vice versa to make it easier, because I don't feel like going through the trouble of trying to loop everything together in my program. But yeah, this is Windows 10, and so this is a red flag that I want to let people know about. Just to get you caught up, I'm using a secure socket layer. So I pay monthly for that. It's like $6 a month. It's really not that big of a deal, but video quality is a little fuzzy right now. So there's my secure socket layer, and I didn't really cover this in the last video, but I was already signed in to Windows, and so now it's giving me sign-in problems, and it's basically doing that because I'm encrypting my internet activity. So pretty much anything that I want to access that pertains to the Microsoft Cloud, it's not going to allow me to. So if I try and go into Windows Store, it says that the server stumbled, which is actually a lie. It's simply not going to allow me to access it because my internet activity is currently encrypted. So like for example, I have Steam, so like here's some of my video games that I have on Steam. I can access all of these games while I'm encrypting my internet activity. The only time that I have a problem is when I go to the Steam store, and I can still access everything in here, except what it won't let me do is if I try and buy something, and I'm not actually interested in buying a game that I don't already have at this point, but if I were to select a game to buy it, when it takes me to the billing page, then it won't allow me to buy it because my internet is encrypted, which is not a big deal. I'll just unencrypt it and then make the purchase and then encrypt it again. And there's a valid reason for why you can't do anything billing wise on the internet while your internet is encrypted. I wish it wasn't that way, but I can understand why Steam does that. However, in the case of Microsoft, they don't allow you to do anything that's cloud-based when you're encrypting your internet activity. And so aside from Microsoft Edge not functioning, there's all of these other problems as well. And so, here's Microsoft Edge. It's not going to access any website that I tell it to access because I'm encrypting my internet activity. So Windows 10 is basically extremely anti-privacy, essentially. They do not like it when Americans like myself insist on protecting their privacy, which in my opinion, this is obviously a problem. So this little thing came up, and now it wants me to verify my identity just because I'm encrypting my internet activity in order for me to protect myself, which is my right. And so because Microsoft decided to program this operating system to not access their cloud-based software, now Windows 10 locally needs me to verify my identity. So basically, Microsoft created a problem, and then now their problem is now my problem, because I'm going to get these little things here from time to time. They're going to be popping up. See that? It says you'll need the internet for this. I am connected to the internet. That's how my internet connection is encrypted in the first place. You see, if I go into Google Chrome, I can access websites just fine. So the problem is not the internet, the problem is basically Microsoft, because they're the ones that are, it's their products that are not working. This is basically typical for Microsoft, essentially. They're putting out products that are not ready, they're half-baked. This error message, it's not even correct. It's telling me that I'm not connected to the internet, and I clearly am. So, it just goes to show you, that I mean, this is pretty irritating. And then there's one other thing I'm going to show you, and I was going to do this in the last video and I didn't, but let's see, where is it at here? Let's go into, here it is. So if you go into settings, and then if you go into network and internet, so here's all of your Wi-Fi signals that are within reach. So if I go over here to VPN, and then if I want to add a VPN connection, this is really interesting. And again, this is typical behavior for Microsoft. They always do this. They release a product and it's not ready yet, and they released it and it's like, what the hell? Why did you release it if it's not ready? So if you click to add a VPN and click on VPN provider, the only option that you have is Windows, and then it says built in parentheses, which is clearly not built in, obviously, because if I click on that, I still have to provide all of the correct information to actually access the Microsoft network that provides the virtual private network service. And quite frankly, I don't think that I would trust Microsoft at this point because of all of these red flags that I'm finding in the operating system. This is not American. This is extremely anti-American. I really don't care what President Obama is saying. President Obama's wrong. I'm an American. I know what it means to be an American, and I'm not going to apologize for the Constitution. So this is clearly not. And then on top of that, on top of the fact that this is not going to allow me to set up any type of or access any type of VPN network that I want, there's no button here to get more information or to sign up. This product is not ready yet. Or I guess I'll call it a module for all intensive purposes. I'll call it a piece of Windows 10. It's not even ready. There's no button here. There's no way for me to make this work. Unless somebody from Microsoft were to physically tell me how to log into this network. There's no sign up button. There's no more information button. There's no way for me to find out how much it costs. There's no way for me to find out how to get the login information to use this. Nothing. This product is not ready yet. It shouldn't have been released. Obviously, go figure. So yeah, this is really irritating. And yeah, it's like I'm just constantly finding problems. Windows 10 is anti-privacy in every possible way. Anti-privacy. I use Google Chrome, everything works just fine. Okay? So now, even though I'm gonna put a link to my other video, I'm gonna show you this. So I'm gonna close my encryption. So now I'm disconnected from that network, that VPN network. Okay. So now I'm gonna go into here. Okay, everything's working just fine. Okay, in Google Chrome. All right, you know, this is a prime example of why Google Chrome is just so goddamn better than all the others. You know, a lot of people who think that the Internet Explorer is the best, or if they think that Firefox is the best, they think that because they're not a geek. And it's nothing personal, you just don't know what you're talking about, and you probably shouldn't be talking in the first place. That's just me being kind of bold. I do shit like that sometimes. But, you know, if you don't know what you're talking about, you need to close your mouth. I mean, I'm sorry, but, you know, and that's just my opinion. If you don't like it, then get a sense of humor for all I care. So, see, so my encryption is now down. I turned it off, and as you can see, everything's working just fine now, okay? Which is a problem, because it wasn't working when I was protecting my privacy while I'm surfing on the internet. So, let's see. So now let's go into Windows Store. So see, everything's working now. I mean, this is so stupid. And I have to be careful that I don't just start ranting uncontrollably, because I will literally never stop until I have a headache. And then I'm just going to be miserable. But yeah, this is just, it's so stupid. I shouldn't have to tell anybody what's obvious. So, you know, Microsoft needs to change this, because basically Windows 10 is anti-American, essentially. I mean, you know, there's going to be people that are going to say I'm bold for saying that, but it's true. Windows 10, as it exists right now, is anti-American. Because if I try and encrypt my internet activity, it's going to start giving me all kinds of bullshit. So anyway, I'm approaching 10 minutes now. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go to a nice quiet place and calm my ass down. Bye for now.